Context clues are a topic that we're going to see 4 or 5 times on tomorrow's test. So we need to make sure we pay close attention to this part of our lesson. When we're using context clues, we are using the clues around the word in order to determine the meaning of the unknown word, which is usually going to be underlined. There are 5 different types of context clues that we can use to help us determine the meaning of that word. First, we have a definition or meaning. So in your sentence, you're either going to be given exactly what that word means before or after the unknown word. For example, the marsh or swamp was a wet and muggy place. Here we know that the word swamp is a marsh. Next, we have the word part. This is where we're looking at the prefix, which goes at the beginning of a word, the suffix, which goes at the end of a word, or the root word, which is the part of the word without the prefix or the suffix. For example, we have helpful. The root word is help. The suffix is full, which means full of. So this word altogether means full of help. We've already learned that re means again, and then we have the root word right. If we put it all together, we have right again. Next, we have antonyms. This is the opposite of your underlined word. She knew the cup wasn't fragile when she felt its sturdy handle and thick sides. So if something is sturdy and thick, that means it is strong. Fragile is the opposite of strong. That means that it is weak. Synonyms have the same meaning. In this example, we're going to add the word quickly right here. So it would read, the fox raced swiftly through the trees and quickly flew out of sight. So the word quickly and swiftly are synonyms. They mean the same thing. Lastly, we have examples. When our author is giving us an unknown word and then listing examples, we can use those keywords like, such as, and or, and then that list of examples to help us figure out what that unknown word means. Our example is, a device such as a phone or MP3 player can be expensive. So here we listed phone and MP3 player as examples of a device. Now we're going to look at some examples and trying to use those context clues. A. Margaret had ambivalent feelings about attending the concert. She knew she'd enjoy the music, but she didn't really want to go out in the rainy weather. So, on one hand, she knew that she would enjoy the music. On the other hand, she didn't want to go out in the rain. So, when we're trying to figure out the correct definition for this word, we want to plug in our answer choices to try and figure out which one makes the most sense. If it does not make sense, then it can't be our answer. So we have A, mixed. Margaret had mixed feelings about attending the concert. We know that makes sense because on one hand she wanted to do it and on the other hand she didn't want to get wet. B, angry. Margaret had angry feelings about attending the concert. That doesn't go with she knew she'd enjoy the music. Does not make sense. Or C, distrustful. Margaret had distrustful feelings about attending the concert, which means not trustful or not full of trust. And that also does not go with she knew she'd enjoy the music. So we know our answer here is A. And again, we want to make sure we plug that word into the sentence to assure that it makes sense. B, Unlike my parents who love classical music, I detest it. So A, love. Unlike my parents who love classical music, I love it. That does not make sense because here we are given the word unlike. That lets us know that we're looking at an antonym. So we're looking for the opposite of love. B, hate. Unlike my parents who love classical music, I hate it. That makes sense, and love and hate are opposites. So we know that B is our answer. Number 3, or C or 3. Regular exercise is beneficial to your body, but too much exercise is not good for you. So what does the word beneficial mean? A, helpful. Regular exercise is helpful to your body, but too much exercise is not good for you. Makes sense. B, harmful. Regular exercise is harmful to your body, but too much exercise is not good for you. Does not make sense. Or C, pleasant. Regular exercise is pleasant to your body, but too much exercise is not good for you. Our best answer choice here would be A. We're going to do one more together. Number 7. The abandoned house was infested with vermin, including rats, fleas, and cockroaches. So here we are given a list of examples. So we know that this type of context clue is examples. Now we're going to plug in our answer choice to make sure that it makes sense. The abandoned house was infested with pests, including rats, fleas, and cockroaches. If you're not sure, pests are rats, fleas, and cockroaches. They're things that infect a house. So our answer here would be A.